So, welcome all of you here from my side. In this session, I'm sorry for the delay caused. Let's start now. And we'll be discussing one of the key elements of English, that is sentence rearrangements or parajumble or coherent paragraph. In examination in English, we come across three sections. One is grammar, from which we come across error detection, sentence improvement, voice, and narration sort of questions. Another one is vocabulary, from which we come across one words, antonyms, synonyms, idiom phrases, spell check, also in close test and fillers. And one is comprehension section, from which we get RCs, reading comprehension, close test, parajumbles also. We have the same here. Welcome Rohit, Praveen, Prajwal, Sagar, Vairani, and all of you here. What we need to do here we are given four sentences usually in a shuffled manner. Sometimes the first one is given fixed, the sixth one is given fixed, and four in between we are given, which are shuffled in manner. And we have to make them proper, we have to make them coherent, as if we were writing something during school. Something that happens first must come first, and then things in the logical order, and then the last one then. How to do that, showing you many examples for that. Initially, start with an opening statement that has to be the descriptive one, setting the tone of the passage, setting the theme of the passage, defining things first. It shouldn't have words of continuation like therefore, continuing what, however, putting contrast to what, so, and such words. Follow keywords. We are discussing the same stuff here. We are talking about the same here. Probability is both of these must be together and such. Let me show you the best example I have had so far, straight from the horse's mouth. Please go through this. Welcome, Yash. Hey dear, most welcome. Natural answer, please, from your side. Good evening, Siddharth. Most welcome. Yes, 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 yes. Natural answers from your side. With the help of this, I'll be able to make you understand. Not just words, I'll show things in actual, things in real. So we have a couple of answers given here. CDBA, Ashok, Vineet. However, now I can say the majority saying DB or starting with D. Sagar, Vairani, Nancy, Yash, Rohit, and many out there. See this. I agree. That's why I show this as the first one. And this is not made by me or created by me. This is officially from SSC. And there have been many, many, many such. Mind it. Yes, of course, we have rules. Just like in cricket also, if a ball comes in offside, you should play that in offside. If it comes in the leg side, we have to play that over there. But there are players like AB de Villiers, Suryakumar Yadav, etc. They can play a ball in the offside and the leg side also, and that can go for a six. Rules are made, obviously, but not always are we supposed to follow those norms and such. Feel this. Obviously, every book and people say the opening statement must be a descriptive one. I did say that because I wanted to show this. The opening statement seems to me descriptive here, C, which is starting with the noun, little John, Robin, but that's the last one here, trust me. After the rearrangements, that's the last one. Follow keywords. Relying on rules again won't be applicable for each and every passage. Feel this. Whatever comes to you, think about that as the very first statement, as if we were watching a movie and we reach there, and whatever scene comes first, that has to be the first one in my opinion. Now, things that will come after that, can put them after that. Things that may come before that, I'll be putting before that. My scenario is when I read A, I don't know who, but they silently ate, someone is eating, many, and having finished, they sat down to sing some songs. In a movie I'm watching, that there are some people, for example, they are sitting somewhere, they are eating food. After finishing, they sit down to sing sentimental songs. Okay, that's the scenario now. They have eaten and now they are sitting to sing songs. Okay, on the way, they are not on the way now, they bought a large loaf of bread. Common sense is loaf of bread is something that we eat. Cheese is something that we eat and other stuff. So now the scenario is I will eat later, I'll buy first. Now I would say A is there. B should come first. I'll buy things first, will eat them, singing a song. So when Little John was halfway through his song, that's the key word, they were sitting after finishing food to sing some songs. When he sang half of his song, Robin stopped him. So although we have nouns in the third one, but that has to be after A because there they said to sing songs and now they are singing songs out there. Last one. They traveled. I still don't know who this they is. You are putting noun in, what should I say, at the fourth position, but they are traveling towards Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai. If you are traveling, now I can say on the way, I bought something to eat, done. Everyone. This is called logic. This is called common sense, which is always required. Otherwise, relying on rules, maturity please, we are not in school, that opening state, of course it is. Of course it is. I'm not denying the fact the opening statement should not be a descriptive one. Must be, but not always. The passage itself gives you preference what to put first, what to put later. Doubts please? And that was the actual answer. DBAC. You can check from PYQs. There have been many such. Now I'll go ahead. So not just the opening statement like should be a descriptive one. Of course it should be. Keywords follow the best thing. Singing, singing. Loaf of bread, eating. Traveling, on the way. Done. That's how we rearrange passages in examinations. Some more keywords that will help us. I'll show you many more. Acronyms, like something which is defining it in detail and something which is just using that. For example, if I say United States of America in detail, and there's another statement just saying USA, priority is United States of America will come first, USA will come then. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Mr. Modi, and he then. So first of all, fully descriptive, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said, Mr. Modi said, he also said, things go ahead this way. Acronym. Chronology. Pretty helpful if we have time expressions out there. We usually start from past, then discuss present, and then discuss future in the end. Back in 1948, some rule was made, some decree was passed, etc. Back in 57, it was amended. In 74, it was amended again. Back in 1996, it was revoked. And now 2014, it has been, say, amended again in something such. So since we have time expression given, can rearrange as per the time. We put examples to define something, but those examples will come later. First of all, whatever you are defining should come first. Health is wealth. Yes, of course it is. Then you define it further with the help of examples. So examples usually come after the hypothesis or theory. Articles help a lot, of course. Once upon a time, there was a king. Defining something for the first time, use the indefinite article a, and then recall saying the king, and the king. According to a study conducted by the Hindu, and then you keep on saying in that study, in the study, the study, the study, etc. Words also like this, you define that first. These, you define that first, and such. You read this line, we go ahead. one can master. You have to read them. I'm also reading as a student, not as a teacher. One can master the section only by practicing hard. Never hesitate. Even if you don't get most of them correct initially, don't give up. Nobody is perfect because there is no rule for this which can be applied to all the passages. If you find it difficult, start with the easy peasy ones. The flow, availability, tone, flow of the passage define the answer. And practice with patience is the key. I repeat, there is no single rule which can be applied to all the parajumbles out there. Let's start. Waiting for your response. Aditi. For sure, you will have keywords. Otherwise, we cannot rearrange random sentences like I like dancing, I like singing, I like swimming, I like rapping. They cannot be rearranged. You are correct. This results from can never be the first one. What results from? A can never be the first one. More attention should be paid to make this contact can't be the first one. Define the contact first, then you can say this contact. B can't be the first one. Anyone? I don't have anyone. Okay. Contact. The most vital spot in management is the contact. Okay, now I got the definition of contact defined here. The contact between the workers and the boss. I can start with C and then I can put this contact. CB. Okay, we have started from scratch. When you have enough practice, you can just eliminate CB. Any option? Yes, let's go ahead. On the very first day, I won't say do this randomly. No, read that further. Another keyword, spot in management is the contact. Contact between workers and boss. Another statement discussing the contact. More attention should be paid to make this contact constructive and productive. You have two more keywords now, constructive, productive. May talk about one of those. Constructive conditions prevail when done. C, defining the contact. Then B, talking about that contact and giving another keyword, constructive. D, talking about the constructive conditions and such and such. So CBD, CBD, done. Here we go. Some easy peasy ones to start with. better choice for sure. That straight, okay, those parajumbles were to make you understand. Now we are practicing starting from zero. All straight, time sequential approach, chronology you can say here. See, uh, once upon a time, there was a time when people looked forward to the lazy evenings. Why? We were looking forward to the lazy evenings because they, I think it is for the people here, had a simple choice of programs on Doordarshan. Yes, 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 yes. Since we have a simple choice of programs, no, I don't have anything else but this. It's your choice. You want this or you do not want this. It was up to them, simple choice of programs, to watch them, simple choice, or not to watch them. Yep. Today, moving from past to present, the satellite, cable television have stormed the media world of information and entertainment. So for sure, if I don't have the options also, I'll start with P, setting the tone once upon a time. I'll end at S, coming from past to present. And I think they had a simple choice. That choice we have to watch or not. Of course, Q and R should be like that, straight. Thanks everyone for your kind words. Ankit, Piyush, Aditi. In SSC examinations, we have only 4 sentences, as I said. Sometimes we have 6, but the first and the sixth one are fixed. Yes, that's the first one. That's the sixth one. You have to rearrange 4 in between. So things are comparatively easy. In banking, we have 6 sentences. We don't have options. We have to decide the first one. We have to decide the last one. See, sometimes the options are so easy. All of you are correct. Sir, I think as a teacher, I'm teaching. R should be the first one. Every society must develop in its people a social responsibility. Should be there in every society. Now, I'm not sure I should put P after that or S or Q. Come on. Always have a couple of terms, or even after finding the first one, if you are so sure that you are correct at the first one, very seldom, that means no, we do not do that. Seldom is a negative adverb of frequency. So when you say anything happens, say seldom, that means it doesn't happen. Putting an example, not asking you or telling you. You go to temple? No, sir. Once in a month I go. No, I don't usually go to a temple. Very seldom do I go to a temple because I don't go there. Do you have lunch outside? No, sir. I don't eat outside food. Once in a month, twice in a month, if possible, I can go there. Otherwise, I don't go there. So, very seldom do I go to a temple, a restaurant, etc. That is very seldom, a negative adverb of frequency. We have just one option starting with R, rest of those starting with Q, and Q can never be the first one because this is something what? You need to define that first. This is something that we've been falling short of. What is that something that you've been falling short of? Q can't be the first one, gone. Just one option there, done. Now, whatever it is, it has to be the answer. Quickly, let me go ahead. Is that correct? Society must develop in its people a social responsibility. Okay. Now, that is something we've been falling short of. Yes, yes. We don't have that social responsibility these days. S, we are very individualistic and don't relate ourselves to society. as such. We are individualistic. We don't relate to the society. That's why very seldom do we go out and do something which is beneficial for the society, because we don't relate ourselves to the society. That's why we do not do anything that is related to the society. Yes, Aditi. Kabhi kaba. Yep. I would say we have a better choice, Vivek, because if you start with Q, it has a bit of contrast in between. I agree that's also descriptive, but I said that we put examples after any hypothesis or theory. Yes, that's the hypothesis or theory. Health is wealth. That's a very old proverb. That's old. However, it'll be true forever. Although that's old, but it'll be true forever. What does it mean? It actually means that health is more significant for a person than the wealth. Now we have the keyword of a person that we can use. A person, health is significant, so a healthy person can perform any task. Wealthy person, done. PSQR. P, completely descriptive, health is wealth, and it means a proverb. That means PS must be together, although we have PS here also in that, but Q is not better. We have a better choice to start. Doubts welcome. Majority saying the fourth one. Okay, not the fourth one actually. Fourth is also marked by many. Third is also marked by many. There can't be a rule that can be applied so I can find out the answer, but at a quick glance, I got something. Let's be unanimous. We have comments, fourth is correct. Thank you. We have comments, third is correct. Judge this. P and the next sentence. Time sequential approach, chronology. A few years ago, people in India and several other countries used to think girls should stay at home, cook food, look after kids and the elderly. This is time expression. Until few years ago, people used to think this. Now, just comment one thing. What should be a better choice? If I pick fourth one, then P is followed by S. If I pick third one, obviously both are starting with Q, no problem. But what should I put then? P should be followed by S. No society or culture can progress without the presence of girls. PS is better or PR is better? Few years ago, but now people used to think, but now the mindset of people has changed. Which is better, PS or PR? Few comments, please. Gives or reveals the answer. Waiting for your response. Good evening, chivalrous. PR obviously is better. Thank you. So whenever you get confused, sir, but that is also correct. Yes, that's correct. There is nothing like mathematics here that if you say only this, that has to be the answer. It's all about priority. Choose the most appropriate order. You have the choice. Absolutely. Thank you. Now, at least I can relate Q and S also. Girls are undoubtedly the indispensable part of the society. You are talking about society here. Yes, you are talking about society here also. No society can progress without the presence of girls. They are related, yes, and they are also related. So for me, Q sets the tone. Q and S should be together. P and R should be together. All available here. Q, S, P, R. Do this. I'm not showing you the answer, but I'm showing you the logic. How to eliminate if you come across close options in the examinations. Doubts, please, if any. Thank you. Thumbs up to all of you here. Great. Great. On the very first day, everyone. Surya, Yash, Vairani, Ashok, Siddharth, and all of you here. Thank you. Let's verify. Just like the previous one. Sir, fourth is correct. Okay. Third is correct. Okay. Once you go ahead, that barrier, if there, will be visible quite clearly. Let's go through. The majority saying PSQR. That means starting with P. Let's read this. Forests make for beautiful natural landscapes and scenery. Okay. S. People enjoy going into the forests either on foot or on safari. Not bad if forests are beautiful, natural landscapes, scenery. Obviously, people enjoy going out there. Q. They offer visitors, tourists, the beauty of trees, plants of all kinds, and a variety of wildlife that inhabits the area. No problem. Actually, we have P, the only one starting. Otherwise, we have to start with Q. Oh, that's the problem. We cannot start with Q, which starts with a pronoun when we already have a noun. Not that one. Remember the very first one I showed? Little John was halfway through his song, but they started singing here. Then noun can come later also, but usually we define or start with a noun then. They offer visitors. No, I can't start with Q, leaving just one option. Thank you. Remember, all these are from PYQs officially asked by SSC. Yes, there are difficult also. We'll discuss. With these easy peasy ones, trust me, after finding out the answer, because options are easy, read the whole paragraph. Will help you develop your mind to grab keywords. Please, even after finding the answer, after elimination, read the whole paragraph. Will help you a lot when the options are close. Thank you. Let me do that for this one first. Reading the whole passage for smooth flow and coherence. Forests make for beautiful landscape and scenery. Okay. People enjoy going into the forests for beautiful landscape and scenery. They offer visitors, tourists, people, the beauty of trees, plants, variety of wildlife. Okay. Forests are a treasure, no problem. Okay. Same here. All saying PR. Obviously, once again, starting with some hypothesis or theory, then putting examples to define that. Honesty is a moral value that must be taught in childhood. If the answer is correct, I know after elimination we have just one option starting with P. Let me check. R. The value, then just a sec. It's a moral value. The value, which value? The moral value. Honesty should be taught in childhood. It then takes firm foundation and then can see through life. Good. Something that was taught in childhood. If that's firm, it will stay with us for the lifetime. Perfect. Not bad PR. Now, SQ connected. Let's see. That was about honesty. Honesty. If the trait of dishonesty starts at a young age, it becomes a habit which is so difficult to change. Now, next statement must be talking about dishonesty. Through stories, children can be exposed to the virtue of honesty so that they can easily comprehend, yes, why dishonesty should be avoided and honesty is vital. It seems to me a concluding statement also. Perfect. Two different answers. Aishwarya. Aditi. Devi. Chivalrous. Piyush. Great responses. Thank you. But this time I think we have a better choice. It's not about being wrong or being correct. It's being about the most appropriate one. You start with the majority saying the first one, SQ. Let's see. A person who is righteous is the one who has developed moral values and lives by them. Yes, S can be the first one. Q. Such people follow their moral values, whatever difficulty they may have to encounter in the process. Okay. R. They don't fear punishment and stay in a state of peace and contentment. That is also fine. Such people, plural noun, they do not. QR. Perfect. But I think P in the end is not the concluding one. Have a look, no problem. On the very first day, you've been performing extremely well. Yes, once in a while we may commit a mistake. For sure, nobody's perfect. P in the end, after saying all these things, the person who is right has developed moral values and he lives by them. Such people follow their moral values, whatever difficulty it may be. They don't fear punishment and stay in the state of peace and contentment. Now, saying this in the end, our behavior and character speak of the morals and ethics we live by. No, we have a better choice. Start with B. And one more keyword. Lives by them. Lives by the same tone we have. P and S. Okay. Your keyword SQR is available in both the options. SQR is available in both the options. SQRP or PSQR. And QR must be there. Such people, they must be there. P seems to us a better descriptive one. Our behavior and character speak of the morals and ethics that we live by. Now you are defining it further. So the person who is right is the one who has developed moral values, either the morals that we have developed or ethics that we live by, and that person lives by them. Now you can say such people, they don't have, so that's a better choice. I didn't say that was wrong. Objections welcome. P in the end will be horrible. S in the beginning is not bad, but P in the end is horrible. I hope it is okay. Yep. I can't start with S. This requires drawing up a timetable. What? Nope. Now, Q. It is important that we draw up a timetable that we can adopt practically. Not bad, but why do I need a timetable? Is marked in P. If we manage our time effectively, we can accomplish all the activities and tasks that we wish to, for which we require a timetable. Perfect. Reading that quickly to get the flow, tone, theme, coherence. P. If we manage our time, we can accomplish all the activities. This requires drawing up a timetable. So it's important that we draw up a timetable that we can adopt. If we can stick to the timetable, we can succeed. That's an ending one. Yep. Thumbs up, all of you. All of you are quick learners, using your presence of mind and whatever given. Thank you. That's how we get accuracy in time. I may solve an equation in 3 hours perfectly, but we'll have to consider time also in examinations. Yes. Q. The first, what? What first? What are you talking about? Can't be the first one. R. The second, what are you talking about? Can't be the first one. All in all, that has to be the answer. Is that correct? Any leader asked to address the session of the World Economic Forum has opportunity to do two things. Okay, now I got this first and second. Two things. The first one, the second one. Done, done, done. PQRS. Need not consider S. Thank you. World War First began in 1914 after the assassination of this and lasted until 18. P has to be the first one because you are defining things here completely. S, by the time the war, which war? If I consider S the first one, no, I cannot. So P has to be the first one. Now that's so simple. Should I finish at S or should I finish at R? And if I put P and S together, World War started in 14. By the time the war was over, if the war is over now, then we should talk about what happened then, not what happened during the war. Perfect. All of you are correct. World War First began in 14 after the assassination of this R. So during the conflict, yes, during the war, defining it further, Germany, Austria, then Q. Thanks to the new military technologies and by the time it was over, that's the ending statement. Yep. Absolutely. One of the easiest. Republic Day of India is celebrated every year on 26th of January. A huge celebration event is organized annually in the national capital. It is celebrated at Rajpath, India Gate before the President of India. A ceremonial parade of Indian Army takes place. Fine. I would start with P, Republic Day. That's what we've been discussing throughout the passage, and that's available in just one option. So easy. Contemporary Parajumbles. Republic Day, Holi. Thank you. Quite logical once again. I repeat, all the passages I have shown and I will show are from PYQs. So I'm not showing like, sir, you are showing us easy peasy ones. Usually we have easy peasy ones. Sometimes we have moderate and difficult ones also. On the very first day, perfect. People celebrate it. What? P can't be the first one. Now, Q. Holy seems better. R. At Holika Dahan. Okay, not bad. They. Who? Define them first. R can't be the first one. So Q has to be the first one. Of course it is. Holi is a festival celebrated with lots of preparations in the month of Fagun. Okay. Now QPQR. People celebrate it, that means Holi, as a 2-day festival. Defining it further, on the very first day, Holika Dahan, and the second day, colorful Holi. So that Holika Dahan defined here, and the colorful Holi defined here. So that's also like two things. The first one, the second one, QP is a better choice. Yes, of course it is. And then defining Holika Dahan, and then the colorful Holi. Straight. Thumbs up. As a result, can never be the first one. Okay. Recycling your waste. Okay. It is evident that people who do this, what? R can't be the first one. They can never be the first one. Q has to be the first one. Okay. Recycling your waste makes you more responsible in the way you use and dispose of it. Okay. As a result, usually should be the last one. So may I pick this P at the end and starting with Q? Let me read this. Q. Recycling your waste makes you more responsible in the way you use and dispose of it. Okay. It's evident from studies that people who do this, you use it, you dispose of it, cut down on buying unwanted things from the supermarket. Better. They think, okay, now I have the keyword of people, they, or how to dispose of the packaging of the product after use before even buying it. And then the conclusion. As a result, people end up saving a huge amount of money while also saving the planet. Perfect. Thank you. In those 10 seconds you answered, I didn't even read the whole passage. Need not read the whole passage if you have so close options and such sentences. Thank you for the smart work. Everyone here. Exactly. The word media is derived from the word medium, signifying mode, career. Okay, carrier. I'm sorry, I said career. Sorry. Okay, all the options start with S. The word, which word? If I start with S, the word was, which word was? S can't be the first one, leaving just P. I'll save time, we'll solve one more before we finish things today. Easy elimination. Yep. Someone saying fourth also. PR. No, P is not the emphasis. P has been a part of some other conversation, discussion that is there. Yes, that should be the answer. P shouldn't be the first one. Self-awareness is developed through practices. In focusing your attention on the details of your personality, behavior, which is not learned from reading a book. Now we got the keyword, something that we have to develop and which is not learned from reading a book. How can you say that it is not learned from reading a book? Then you are defining it further. So when you read a book, you are focusing your attention on the conceptual ideas in the book, not your personality and behavior. And you are focusing your attention with all your attention in a book. You are practicing, not paying attention to your own behavior, emotions, and personality. And then concluding things here, you can develop an intellectual understanding from a book, but that's not the same. Exactly. one of the best sessions I have ever had with your presence, everyone here. Sagar, and many names I may not pronounce because of the username present out here. Yash, Vineet, Ashok, Rohit, Siddharth, Aishwarya, many, I would say all of you here. Phenomenal. Would love to see you here at the same time tomorrow. Thank you so much. Finishing things now. Bye bye. Take care. Be safe. Feel free to mark if there's any doubt. See you at the same time here. Thumbs up from my side. See you. Thanks to you too, Vairani. Thank you, Manideep. I'm sorry if I mispronounce anyone's names. Thank you, Vairani, Praveen, Manideep, Siddharth, Devika. I'm sorry, Amaya, Sagar. I can see Yamaha. Hey dear, smile. Okay, Yash, thank you. See you at the same time here. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you. Sindhuja, thank you. Uh, Akanksha, thanks a lot. Thank you, honestly.